Joined on set by Adair Fox-Martin, CEO of Equinix. Adair, thank you for coming in.
Thank you so much for having me.
Into the wilds of New Jersey.
Delighted to be here.
Fantastic. Well, delighted you're here. So you gave me a really good example before the show began of what you guys do. You compared it to an airport. Explain what that means and who your company is.
Yeah. So I think in the world of data center, there's a homogeneous view of data centers, but actually there's different types. And Equinix is a co-location provider, which means that we're rather like the airport authority of the internet. So imagine an airport. There's a whole series of facilities that the airport provides to the airlines: security, maintenance, use of the runways, ticketing facilities. A passenger comes in, they land on point A, and a whole series of things happen in the background to send them on their way to their next destination. And really, in many respects, Equinix is the airport of the internet, except we're not dealing with passengers, we're dealing with data packages that come in and then we send them on their way to their next correct location.
And I would imagine you're paid for all those data packets.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
So there's, all we talk about every day is AI and hyperscalers and data centers. Stocks keep going up. Your stock down a little bit this year. What is Wall Street, what are investors maybe not understanding about your story, Adair?
Yeah. So I think the secret sauce of Equinix is its connectivity. We have locations, data centers in 270 locations around the world, in 36 major cities. And the secret sauce is how we connect one business to another through various different technological means. And why that is super important is in the AI race, right? The focus in AI right now is on training. But inference is when you begin to put the models that you developed in your training to work in business process, for example. And that's going to need connectivity. That's going to need to get data from all sources. And that's why we're super excited about the inference opportunity for Equinix.
And you own about 2/3 of your locations outright. You've built them. Do you have guaranteed power contracts on those locations? Is there a risk? Because we talk about all the time, the fight for electricity.
Sure.
That thing that we're showing behind you, this giant, beautiful graphic, that takes a lot of power.
Yes. Look, there's no doubt there's an energy super cycle. And I think it's augmented by the electrification of everything, you know, not just the data center industry and the growth in AI, but the cars on our roads and so on. For our data centers that are currently in operation, we have a 27-year history. We've worked very closely with the utilities over that period of time. And so for the data centers that we operate, our power source is guaranteed from the utilities. Of course, as we begin to construct, then we have to look at how do we procure the power to secure our energy future and the energy future of our customers.
I'm guessing you've met with all of your CEO colleagues from that bevy of companies that we have on the list. So if a CEO of one of those big companies comes in and sits down with you, what questions do they ask, Adair? What are they most interested in learning from you guys?
Yeah. You know, most of our customers are enterprise customers, and we also support many of the clouds in our ecosystem. And so I guess the questions might be slightly different. If it's an enterprise customer, they're very interested in privacy, in resilience, in, you know, surety of performance. If it's a cloud, then they're looking for how do we partner with them to bring the connectivity that we have into their ecosystem.
The competition for data centers, is it very robust? Companies say to you, well, Adair, I'd like to use Equinix, but there's other players. Or do you have, kind of like to your airport analogy or metaphor, I screwed it up earlier, do you have sort of just regional locks? I know you're big in Culpeper, Virginia, and Boston and Sao Paulo. How does it work?
I think we're very privileged to have a very balanced portfolio, both globally. So, you know, a footprint in Asia Pacific, a footprint in EMEA, a footprint in North America, but also by industry. So a very balanced portfolio across industries. So sometimes our data centers would be point of gravities for a particular industry, maybe around a trading partner that brings their whole ecosystem to operate in our data center.
What's the biggest risk to, not your company, but to the AI infrastructure trade is powering the stock market right now. With everything, there are some risks. So you look, you're CEO, your job is to kind of look at risks. What do you see as risks in this world right now?
Today, for us, it is securing the energy future for Equinix and our customers over the longer term.